It's the A to Z of West Yorkshire, and G is for Guiseley. And I guess another G, we couldn't come to Guiseley without talking about one of the most famous sons of this place. That's my first fish pun that I've been able to get in, and I'll try and squeeze a few more in over the next 5 or 10 minutes. And that's Harry Ramsden's. I'm actually stood outside what was Harry Ramsden's, is now the Wetherby Whaler, looking at a blue plaque with Mark, the general manager. Good morning, sir.
Hello, Richard. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. Obviously, 2017 is where we are now, but take us back 80 years, 90 years, whatever it may be. What do you know of the history of Harry Ramsden?
Well, the history of Harry Ramsden was that back in 1928 he had the vision of a fish and chip restauranting business, and costing £150, he set himself up with a little wooden hut, and the business was there started. 3 years later then, in 1931, he extended the business to pretty similar to how it is now, as we see it today.
Now, he retired in 1954. I know this because I'm looking at a lovely blue plaque from the Civic Society, which is on the wall of the restaurant now, but his name has been so synonymous with fish and chips, it's unbelievable really, isn't it?
Iconic really, yes. Harry Ramsden was the entrepreneur of fish and chip restauranting as far as I'm concerned, and he was a fantastic guy with a really good business plan that worked.
How did it become a Wetherby Whaler then? How did that come? When did that come about?
Well, 5.5 years ago, 6 years ago now, we received a phone call, and we were expressed interest, as in the guys wanted us to have a look at the site here in Guiseley, and who wouldn't grab the opportunity of actually being able to run fish and chip restaurants from this iconic site. Yeah, it was great. We jumped at the chance to actually come here to the home of fish and chip restaurating.
Let's have a look inside then, because if nothing else, it's quite chilly out here at the moment. If we walk in through the doors into the restaurant, and well, Mark, I'm immediately taken. I won't shout too loud because there's lots of people here enjoying the cod and haddock and things like that, but it's chandeliers, it's very, very much as I guess it would have looked perhaps all that many years ago. Is that something you've tried to do?
Yeah, well, it is really, yes. We did have the original plans, and as you can see, the whole restaurant has oak panelling all the way around the sides. We have 4 beautiful chandeliers in the main room. We have another 5 in the back room there. But this is pretty much with the piano, the grand piano as well. This is how it used to be. Maybe a little fact for you here was that back in the 70s, Harry Corbett actually used to play the piano here in Ramsden's, and he was the nephew of Harry Ramsden.
And we'll be speaking to the great nephew of Harry Ramsden, Matthew Corbett, a little bit later on as well. So it all ties together on our G is for Guiseley day. Just give us a few facts and figures, even if they're only rough about. I mean, it's busy now. How many sort of one of each you're turning out during the day here? I mean, what sort of numbers do you get through?
Well, without boggling you too much with figures, I'd say as the company, the Wetherby Whaler, last year we sold 184 tonne of haddock, 580 tonnes of potatoes, Maynard chips, and I think we sold 72,000 specials as well throughout the company, which is a fantastic amount, really, which shows that what we do is it works.
Very good. I can smell them, I can see them. I guess the next question is, can I cook them? Would you be willing to give me a quick lesson on how to fry a fish?
Even though this is an art, let's give it a go.
Lovely, lead on please. It's the A to Z of West Yorkshire in Guiseley, and I'm at what was Harry Ramsden's, now the Wetherby Whaler, and we're really in the hub of what goes on here because we're in the kitchen, Mark. Just describe to everybody listening what we can see.
Well, at the moment, what you see here, you have the plates coming back from the restaurant to the cleaning part, the pot wash, all get lined up there, food scraped off, put into the appropriate frames, through the pot wash, get to here, and then what we have here is we have the pots and plates all being taken off and then cleaned, put into the appropriate places. On the right there you can see Sharon, the restaurant manageress. She's actually now making some desserts. Down the bottom there we have Tracy, who's polishing. Tracy, the restaurant manageress. And then round here, this is the tea, coffee, And basically it's all set up to run very smoothly. We have the soups department there, where all homemade soups are, and it's so that everything's ease for the running of an efficient machine, basically. So everything's to hand and all in order.
Now I can see through here. I mean, now this is the business area for me.
It is.
I can see fish, I can see chips. Can you lead on and if we just walk through here, actually, Mark, we'll be able to get without upsetting the man frying.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe we can have a sneaky peek. What's going on here then?
Right. Well, what we have here, we have the fish pans at the far end. This is actually a 7-pan range, 8 metres long. When the range was fitted 5.5 years ago, it was actually the biggest range in the country. I think we've been beaten by an inch since then. But it was the biggest range in the country. So we have down there, we have 3 fish pans, then we have 3 chip pans, and then down here we have gluten-free pans and vegetarian pans. So this is vegetarian pans at this end and gluten-free. Gluten-free the furthest away from any of our gluten products, which are up the top.
What do you normally fry it in then, just for the everyday fish?
It's beef dripping.
Right.
Yeah, it's the traditional way.
Yeah.
That's how we do fish and chips, traditional way, and it's beef dripping, yeah.
And are they scraps or batter bits?
Scraps.
Yeah, you're right. Well done. That was correct. Can we fry a fish?
Yep.
Is that all right? Right.
Of course, it's finest line-caught haddock.
Right.
We only use haddock in all of the whalers. And what we got here, we put the fish into the batter, release the fingers, pick up the fish again, slowly lift out, leaving the bottom of the fish in the batter like a ladle so it doesn't cause a drip. And then we lay the fish in the pan.
Have a listen to that sizzling away.
Lay the fish in.
I'm scared about dropping the recording device in as well. Have you ever done battered iPhone before?
No. It would be a first.
How long do they cook for then?
It tends to be about 4 minutes.
Right.
So what we do, the pan is at 198 degrees at the moment, and we'll basically cook that for about maybe 30-40 seconds until the actual underside of the fish, it crisps up. At which point we then flip it over. 1, 2, 3, over they go. And then what we'll do then is wait while the underside then, which is the top side originally, that will crisp off. Then we can turn it back and back again until we have that, all-round golden texture and look.
Do I look like a man who could fry a fish?
I'm sure you do. Of course you do.
Right, well what I think we'll do is we'll watch these ones sizzle away nicely in there, and we'll get the video out, and I think you'll be able to go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/BBC Radio Leeds, or Twitter @BBC Leeds, and it's me who's frying tonight here at the Wetherby Whaler. See how I get on by going to the social media, simple as that. Mark, thank you ever so much for giving us a tour, telling us the history, and showing us what to do with these. And there was no whoppers, was there? That's all how you do it.
That's how it is, yeah. It's a pleasure, sir.